So this is a CPF filter. We're going to change the UV lamp on the CPF filter just to show you how it's done. Really simple. First off, you've got to remove the handle screws, and you're just going to loosen those up, and you should just be able to pull that off. Next, we're going to loosen up the 6 screws that are on top that allow you to get into the lamp. 1 and 2. I like to use a screwdriver and not a drill on this. Not so much for removing them, but when you go to put them in, oftentimes you can over torque and strip stuff. This is just going into plastic, and so you don't want to end up not necessarily. As you can see, it's not difficult to get into this. These are not. There we go. I think we're there. So there's our UV lamp. I'm just going to pull it up here. I just heard the retaining centering screw or centering device pull off. There's a little clip here that locks the lamp in place. This clip sometimes can break. It gets degraded by the UV light, so when you go to change it after a year or so, you want to make sure you have that part. If you don't have it, the lamp will still work. It just helps hold the lamp in place for shipping and transport and everything else. As you can see, when the lamp is clipped in, it stays in. I mean, if I jarred this around, it could drop out, but typically it will stay in no problem without that clip. So it's not really that important. I'm just going to set this aside. Just want to show you the underside here. The UV, the CPF filter has a nice safety device built in. There's a little switch right here. So if this was plugged in when I was bringing it up, it actually would have shut the lamp off. So you don't get to look at UV light directly. You never want to look at UV light directly. It can actually hurt your retinas and burn them. So you want to be kind of cautious there. Inside here is another really important piece you need to know about, and that is a quartz sleeve. This is a quartz sleeve. This is a little centering device that helps center the UV light down inside the quartz sleeve. This quartz sleeve is going to be covered with all kinds of alkalinity and muck and everything else when you go to change your lamp, and you want to make sure you clean it thoroughly. If you are going to run it through your dishwasher, you want to remove the O-ring, put the O-ring aside, run it through. You don't want to get it too hot in the dishwasher, because this is plastic up here and this is glass quartz sleeve down below, and that's where they're glued together. Basically, the quartz sleeve protects the lamp from the water that's on the outside. So when we're going to assemble this, I'm going to assemble it now. I'm going to put the quartz sleeve aside, because I oftentimes find it easier to assemble these backwards almost. So I'll put the lamp in the socket. Now I'll put the little retaining clip in, and this is probably one of the more difficult spots, or difficult things to do, because it does. There you go, I got it in. It's actually a little harder. This is probably the 3rd or 4th time I tried to do that relatively quickly without getting frustrated. Then turn around and put the centering piece on top, and now I'll grab the quartz sleeve, slide it over, slide everything together like this, and that way it keeps that centering piece in place. They're not, some of them are tight and some of them are a little bit sloppy. So if it's sloppy, it's okay, just do what I did there. Back together now, it's on. A couple little screws are still up in top, so I'm just going to tighten them up now. It's all nice and snug. Get those down, good. You don't have to over tighten those again. You shouldn't have water up in there. There's everything is all covered with O-rings. Now I will say, that area up there where the lamp is the weakest spot in the filter. It's actually specifically designed that way. The reason we do that is that if you have the incorrect pump on this filter, the water would actually leak by that O-ring and into the top of the switch area and trip the GFI. And a lot of times people will call into tech support and say, you know, why my GFI keeps tripping and my lamp has water in it. And the reason is they oftentimes just have the incorrect pump. So just so you know, if you have that problem, we're going to probably end up diagnosing that you have a pump that's too powerful for this filter. And we'll talk about that in another video. I'm just finishing up, got my 6 screws in, and I'll put in the last one, or last 2 with the handle. Now on the handle, there's a flat side to these rods, and the flat side should aim out. If it doesn't, it won't assemble correctly. And if it doesn't, just grab a pair of pliers and turn it till it's the right direction. I just like to slide it over top. And what I'll do, just give it a little tap so it's down tight. Now I can screw those in nicely, and I'll find they go in. Yep, they're going in. And if you go and try and do one side and then the other side, what ends up happening is it's just not aligned up right. So I like to just kind of snap it in place and then tighten it up. Now, nothing's over tightened, but we're all assembled and we're ready to go.